Hello everyone. Today is our first class for SAP MM consultant training. Today we'll discuss about procurement cycle. Whether you are an SAP consultant or an end user, procurement cycle plays a major role in understanding the business scenarios. So let's study about the procurement cycle here. You can see here the cycle of procurement starting with the requirements and ending with invoice received LIV, logistic invoice verification. In e-procurement, the requirement plays a major role in understanding the business scenarios. Likewise, requirements. If you're working for any manufacturing industry or any IT, before buying any goods or any tools or any machines, planning team will be seeing the requirements. Is the machine is really required? Is the submission is really required? Is it any worth of buying this material? What is the spend of this material? So based on all these scenarios, they will think of these requirements. When the requirement is done and finalized, here the cost comes into picture, where DOA, spend approvals, like we will decide the material requirement, but what about the price? Delegation of authority. Here the setting of price will be taken for the material. So the price limit will be adjusted. Suppose for one machine, the industry keeps a delegation of authority of $10,000. If you are spending more than $10,000 for that machine, the approval will get rejected. So we need to check for the suppliers who can provide the machine within the cost. Once we have done with the DOA phase, then we have supplier selection. Supplier selection can be done through various business scenarios. Suppose it's like price, what is the material price, and what is the lead time? It means the delivery time, and what is the payment terms? In how many days we need to pay to supplier. So considering all these scenarios, supplier selection will be done by the sourcing team, who is a part of management. RFQ process. So basically, RFQ process is like request for quotation. This will be done by the buyer or sourcing person. So what will happen here? RFQ process. So we used to request for quotation from the different suppliers, and we will get prices from the suppliers, and we'll update in the tool. Once we update in the tool, system automatically calculates the which vendor is providing the less price with less inco terms, payment terms, and other scenarios. And coming to the evaluation, the system automatically calculates the evaluation, like which vendor is best to give our product to be supplied. Once the evaluation is done, it comes to the contract or PO phase. It means like the vendor will give quote, and for that quote, we used to give a PO or contract to them. And when you will give PO and when you will give contract, it depends upon the business requirements. If you need a large requirement, then we will give a contract to the supplier. If it is like a yearly once or twice, then we will give PO to the supplier. Once we give PO to supplier, we should do follow up with the supplier for delivery follow up. Like the vendor should deliver within the lead time, and we should follow up and we'll make sure that the vendor is delivering the material to goods, material to plant within the time. And we should take care of the goods received. The requester, I mean whoever is receiving the material in the plant, they should post a goods received according to the material they received. And next phase is invoice received. Once goods received is posted in the PO, the supplier should send the invoice with respect to the quantity what he delivered. Once invoice receipt is posted by the accounts payable team, if everything is done good, then it will be paid to supplier automatically. If any mismatch is there like price, quantity and all, it will be resolved by the buyer by 3-way match or 2-way match, depends upon the service or material. So this is like a procurement cycle, and going further we will decide, we'll go in depth for what is the configuration for all these things, how to implement, and how to discuss with the management for the approvals. If you like this video, please like, comment and share and subscribe. Thank you.